Well, hey folks, and welcome to Solarcabin channel. I often get products that I'm asked to review for people that live like I do, that live off-grid, or for people that we call van dwellers that live in their vans or live in their RVs, or for preppers or survivalists. And one of the products has become very popular with people are what they call solar generators or power stations. And what these are is a unit that can store power, basically a battery unit, and then has an inverter built into it so that you can recharge all kinds of different little gadgets and run small appliances for an emergency backup system instead of running a gas generator. And so RAV Power, which is a company that's been in business for a long time, makes a lot of these power generators. They sent me one of these for review, and this is the RAV Power 250 watt power station. Now, it comes with its own case, which is interesting. I haven't seen one like this before. It comes with its own fabric case, which is kind of a nice looking case. It has two pockets on the sides, and it also has these clips, and it includes a shoulder strap. It's got a handle on the top. It also includes a shoulder strap so you can carry the whole unit in this nice case, and that comes with the unit, okay? Then inside the case is the power unit, what they call the power station, and that's this unit right here. And here's the charger, and then it also has a shoulder strap in the case. But we'll set this down for now. Now this has a now basically this is the power station. It also has a handle on it, so you don't need the case. You can just use it like this. It's just nice to have the case to take it along. So the power station, I would say, is probably about 6 inches by 6 inches by about 9 or 10 inches high. And it's not real heavy, but you can tell it's got some lithium-ion batteries. Now, how this works is inside these units, they've got some lithium-ion batteries, and they are the batteries will store the power from however you charge it. You can charge them up from AC power. You can charge this one up from AC power, from DC power, or from a solar panel. So you could charge it up from your home power, you can charge it up from your car power, or you could attach a solar panel to it to recharge these up. Now, this is rated for 250 watts. It will actually provide power up to 300 watts, and it has two AC outlets, which you can see up here. It has an AC outlet there, an AC outlet up there, and it has a pure sine wave inverter. Now, that's a good inverter for pretty much any type of appliance that you're going to run. And it's also designed so that it won't wreck, like if you have some very high fidelity stereo equipment or something like that, or you're running a small motor or something like that, like on a refrigerator. It won't. The pure sine wave is a better inverter. That's all you really need to know than a standard inverter. Now, this is designed, like I said, it can be charged off AC from your home, your car, DC, or from a solar panel, and it has the plugs for doing that. In the back, it has a DC input and output plug, and this is where your transformer and your AC plug, which they include, goes to it, and it has this type of C plug. They do not include the solar panel with this unit or the C plug that would go to it. So you would need to get a solar panel of at least 80 watts to 100 watts, I would say, for this unit is what they recommend. And then you can use one of these C-type plugs, and you would plug that into where it says the input here, and you can charge it that way. Or you can charge this pretty neat feature here. This has the PD plug on it. PD is a power plug that is now pretty standard on a lot of newer equipment, and because it can allow you to charge at a much faster rate. So under AC, this will charge in about 6 hours completely. If you're charging it straight from your AC, from your home power. I did not charge it up from DC power to know exactly how long it would take, but on the PD plug, if you charge it from that, it will actually only take about 3.5 hours is what they say. So you can charge up almost twice as fast using the PD plug as you can even AC. So that's pretty cool. Now this also has 3 USB ports here for running gadgets. So I'm going to show you here. It will operate, and you can actually run 3 different gadgets off this and be running AC power all at the same time. So you can be running a lot of different gadgets and appliances off this at the same time. And you can actually do that while it's charging. You can, and you know, some of them don't allow you to do that, but you can actually be running your gadgets while you're charging this up at the same time. So that's pretty neat. Now, I put this through a test because, you know, on these units here, even though it says it's 250 watts, that doesn't tell you how long it's going to run an appliance. Okay, so what I did in order to test this, I used my Lenovo laptop computer, which is a 45 watt computer, and I'll show you. I'm going to set this aside. This is the AC power plug that comes with it, and this is the PD cord for recharging it using, or you can use this to charge up your PD devices. They include both of those with the unit here. Now, I put this through a test. What I did is I plugged in my Lenovo 45 watt laptop computer. That's this laptop right here. And I use this all the time. This is my daily use laptop because it's it will do everything I need, but it doesn't use a lot of power since I'm off grid. It uses 45 watts. So I plugged this in to see into a fully charged RAV power unit to see exactly how long it would last, and it lasted for 22 hours. And then it started the light on the front, which it has a light that tells you how charged up it is, which I'll turn it on there. It has the light on the front so you can see. And when it reached down, it's got 5 bars. That means it's fully charged up. When it reached down to 1 bar and started flashing, then I knew it was getting really low. And so I shut it off, and that was at 22 hours. I think it probably would have went longer. It might have went 24 hours, but it went 22 hours before it started flashing the light on, telling me that the unit was getting low. Now, that's pretty good. That's a 45 watt laptop computer running for 22 hours. Now, it's unlikely that you're going to be running your laptop for a straight 22 hours, okay? But it tells you how long you can run an appliance for from these units. Now, this does come with the AC, and I'll just give you some examples of other things that this will actually run and recharge. For one thing, it'll recharge your phone. I'm using my phone to record this video, so I can't very well show you that. But you can recharge your phone, I would estimate probably about 40 times it would recharge your phone from a unit like this. Okay, and it will recharge all kinds of little gadgets, as you can see here. I'm going to pull some of these up here. This is my MP4 player, and you can plug these into any of the USB ports here. We'll just plug that in. And here you can see the light came on my screen, so it's recharging. I don't know how many times, but probably over 100 times or so it's going to recharge. This has a small battery in it. You know, you can just recharge these units. Your Game Boy units, your MP3 players, all your small gadgets just have little batteries in them. It'll recharge those over and over and over. And it will also recharge gadgets like this. This is my emergency radio, which I use all the time. Okay, it will recharge those. You can see the light came on. Recharge those. Now, another one that I use all the time is this little light right here. There, okay. There you can see the lights came on that, and it's on all the other devices. And it's recharging all of these units at the same time right now. Okay, and you can use all these, and I really like these lights because I've shown the video on these before. These are made by Flyhome. These are great lights for, I use them inside my cabin, or if you take them camping, you can hang them in your tent, you can take them in your RV or whatever, and you can use them like a flashlight because you can just detach the cord, and then you can use these like a flashlight around your place, or hang them up, and they last anywhere from 6 to 8 hours on a full charge. So I really like these lights. These will real charge. All these little gadgets like this, that you can charge these up, you know, many times off of a unit like this, and just keep them charged up. So that's great for camping and stuff like that, where you just need to recharge your gadgets, or in an emergency power outage or a blackout, something like that. So this will charge anything like these small gadgets up, your phones and all your small emergency equipment and gear like that, for many hours of use. It will run a 45 watt laptop computer for 22 hours. It will run a small refrigerator like my Alpacool C20 refrigerator that I have. It would run that for at least 20 hours or 24 hours because it's actually under 45 watts for that. So there's all kinds it will run appliances like this fan I was going to show you off the 110 cord. It will run a fan like this. I think this is probably a 60 watt fan right around there. Plug that in. Now it has a button up here you have to hold for a second to turn on the AC. That comes on, then the fan comes on. There the fan's running. This is about a 60 watt fan. That's on high. Okay. So it'd run this for, you know, probably about 18 hours, something like that. It would run this solid. You're probably not going to use it that long. So that gives you an idea of what kind of appliances and things you can run off of this. So we'll turn this off, unplug it. Now, things that this won't run, that you need to be aware of. Anything that's over 250 watts, and some appliances have what they call a surge power. That's the amount of power. It may say it's 250 watts, but then it actually requires more power than that. Some motors and things like that take more power than that. So you just need to be aware that it needs to be an appliance that's under 250 watts, and you can run two appliances at the same time up to 300 watts using the two AC outlets. And it will handle all of your basic needs for an emergency blackout, or for an off-gridder, or for a van dweller or something like that, and will give you a good amount of power. In a blackout situation, you would probably have enough power in this, if you're careful and you're not using everything all at the same time. You could recharge your gadgets over and over and over, and you could run your laptop for at least, if you're running it for 5 hours a day, you could run your laptop for 4 days or longer off of this unit and keep all your gadgets and everything charged up for communicating with family or something like that. So that's, I would say, is a pretty decent unit. Again, that's a 250 watt made by RAV Power, and I will put the link to this unit in the comments if you want to go look at them. They have a 25% off coupon right now, so they're a pretty good deal for the price for a unit this size that has this many capabilities and has the PD power supply and can be run off solar, DC, or AC. Yeah, comes with the case. That's nice. That's nice too. So I would say yes. Now I will put this through some additional testing, like I do with all the equipment. In about 2 or 3 months, I will give you another review video. But for right now, I would say it's well made. It's well built. It does what it says it's supposed to do. It will last a good 22 hours running a 45 watt appliance. And I think for it would probably be a decent unit for off-gridders like me, or for people living in a van or an RV, or preppers and survivalists, and for an emergency blackout. And we hear about these stories all the time about places that are out of power. Texas had a blackout and it lasted over 2 weeks, with people had no power at all. If you had one of these units, at least you could keep your gadgets, your phones, your emergency radios, your lights, your solar lights, like I showed you there, get you one of those, and your laptop all running for a long period of time until the power comes back on. So I would suggest maybe looking at one of these. And it doesn't take any gas, and you don't have to start it up, and it's not going to break down like gas generators often do. Just when you need them, the gas generator breaks down. And in some emergencies, you may not be able to get gas. So, a small power generator or power storage unit like this, a powerhouse station, would be a nice thing to have for an emergency situation that you could keep in your house, you could keep at your office, you could put it in your vehicle, in your trunk, and just store it away fully charged. They do recommend, if you're storing them, that you recharge them about every 3 months or so. Just put it back on the charger and top it up and make sure it stays charged. Okay, and this unit does also include its own strobe light, which is a pretty neat feature here. It's got a strobe light which you just hold in on the power control button, or double click it. There we go. Okay, you double click it, and it's got a flashlight, a pretty bright flashlight in the front, and then you can click this again, and it goes to a strobe light, and it's got a 2 different ways of strobing on this. So this acts as a strobe light here for emergencies. Now, these units are made for emergencies, so that if you was in a vehicle and had an emergency, or you was in an earthquake, or a natural disaster, or a man-made disaster, you could have one of these units here, and this LED light that is used here as a strobe light, it will run for a very long time. I can't tell you how long it would run, but I'm guessing if that's all that's running off of this unit, it would probably run a month off of this unit, because it's just an LED strobe light. So something like this for emergencies, whether if you're on a boat, or you're in a place where you get earthquakes, or you're going to be traveling around in the back country with your vehicles, and you may need to if you broke down, you need to contact somebody. A nice feature to have on these is this strobe light that would run for a very long time, so people could locate you in an emergency, is what I'm saying. And that is what these units are really designed for. They're designed for emergency power and backup power, but they also work really good for us off-gridders and for people that are in vans and RVs, and also campers and preppers and survivalists. All right, that's one of the features that I think is pretty cool on these. All right, folks, again, that's made by RAV Power. It is the 250 watt power station powerhouse. And I will put the link down there in the comments if you want to go look at one. Have a great day.